Filipino version in the description.
Schizo.
Previously, we talked about how Dyrroth fell into darkness and how he is on the verge of invading the Moniyan Empire. Let's continue by going through the life story of his older sister, Silvanna. Dyrroth was just a baby when he disappeared into the night. All the citizens of the Moniyan Empire was filled with grief and sorrow. The worst part is that no one knows whether the prince is alive or dead. Fearing that the demons may once again strike at the kingdom, the king decreed to increase the security for the whole empire. Meanwhile, the imperial knights were still out, searching for the missing prince, crossing entire nations, searching day and night, but in the end, they found no sign of the prince. The royal family remained paralyzed by the sadness brought by the loss of their beloved prince. The young princess Silvanna was not immune to the sadness brought about by the loss of her brother, Dyrroth. However, as the princess of the empire, she had to stay strong for her people, and because she was raised with great kindness and compassion, she was always by the queen's side, trying to comfort and care for her mother. Both of them still clinging to that tiny hope that their little prince would come back home. Day after day, the queen kept on waiting and waiting for that miracle to happen. And as years went by, the queen's health slowly deteriorated from stress and depression until her body finally broke down and she became bedridden. 12 years later, as the king and queen grew older, the little princess Silvanna also grew to be a fine lady. The fate of her little brother was always on Silvanna's mind, even waking up in the middle of the night crying from nightmares caused by this tragedy. And so, to have some slight peace of mind and to keep her from being consumed by depression, she decided to keep herself preoccupied and help the empire by joining the Imperial Knights. This decision also meant that she has relinquished her status as a princess and that she would serve the empire as one of its valiant knights. Joining the Imperial Knights, however, is no easy task. Great sacrifice and countless hours of harsh training is required to pass. Silvanna's easy and comfortable life as a princess is now over. The former princess then showed her commitment and dedication to her cause, and she worked tirelessly, training harder than the other knights. Her body became covered with scratches, wounds, and scars, and these served as proof of her hardships in training. And soon after, she became known to be the strongest female warrior among the Imperial Knights. However, all of these achievements earned from joining the Knights Order was not enough to gain the approval of Tigreal, the leader of the Imperial Knights. This is because Tigreal knows the harsh reality of battle compared to just training. It is clear to Tigreal that Silvanna has the fighting skills and determination to face any foe in battle, but she has not yet proven herself in a real battlefield, where one mistake can cost her her life. Also, Tigreal didn't want to put the last remaining heir of the empire in harm's way. One day, a horde of demons attacked the Moniyan Empire. Leading the charge is none other than the missing prince, Dyrroth, now a corrupted version of himself and referred to as the Son of Darkness. Tigreal immediately dispatched the Imperial Knights to defend the empire. However, he gave Silvanna specific orders to stay within the castle. Silvanna had no choice but to obey the orders of her commander. As the battle rages on, the forces of darkness kept on increasing their numbers, and the Imperial Knights keep being pushed back. A knight rides swiftly towards Tigreal to give him bad news. He said that Silvanna wanted to prove herself to him, and so she went inside the forbidden area inside the Imperial Sanctuary. This place is said to be home to strange and terrifying creatures, and Tigreal himself does not dare enter this place. Tigreal ordered the Imperial Knights to retreat and fall back into the Imperial Sanctuary, where the forces of light will make their final stand against the darkness. Dyrroth and his demon horde has already broken through the gates of the Imperial Sanctuary, and it seems that the forces of darkness are about to win this war. Meanwhile, Silvanna is now faced with a strange creature inside the forbidden area in the Imperial Sanctuary. In the distance, she can see the glow of the Seed of Light. However, a giant figure was standing between her and the Seed of Light. Silvanna once read about this Seed of Light and the power it can bestow to those who are worthy. However, the guardian of the Seed, the giant figure, is something that Silvanna can never hope to defeat. Silvanna knew that the demon horde had already broken through the castle and that she would need the power of the Seed of Light to defeat these demons. And so she prepared to fight the giant figure, knowing that she would have to sacrifice her life in order to get the Seed of Light. However, the Lord of Light has seen the determination of Silvanna and decided to give her the power of light, as she was deemed worthy of its blessing. And as the power of light awakens, Silvanna and the elite members of the Imperial Knights were blessed with new and powerful skins. With the blessings from the Lord of Light, they became known as the Lightborns. This awesome new power has given life and hope in the heart of the Lightborns. And now, they are ready to take back the Empire from the demons. Silvanna at last joins the battle, and the Lightborn squad ravaged through the horde of demons. And with the power of light on their side, the demons stood no chance. Their numbers slowly declined until at last, their leader, the Son of Darkness, Dyrroth, was the only demon left in sight. Dyrroth would not go down without a fight, and so he charged forth against the Lightborns. But then, Silvanna, who had been waiting for his return, interfered. However, Dyrroth has no memory of who Silvanna was. In this cruel twist of fate, Silvanna never thought that she would face her own brother in battle. And so they fought, and at the end of the battle, Dyrroth was defeated. The crystal embedded on his chest was shattered. Flashes of images and memories came rushing inside his head. He has no idea what's going on, but in the middle of the chaos and confusion inside his mind, a hand reaches out to him. It's the hand of his sister, Silvanna, which Dyrroth grabbed. Dyrroth reverted back to his human form, and for the very first time, he called Silvanna sister. On that brief moment, Silvanna was filled with hope that her dear brother would finally come home. But fate has other plans. Dyrroth suddenly turned back into a demon and lets go of Silvanna's hand, choosing to fall into the deep, dark abyss. Once again, fate separates brother and sister. Grief and sorrow returned in Silvanna's heart. But despite all this, Silvanna's determination and resolve grew stronger. She believes that one day she will get her brother back. The crisis has passed, and the Moniyan Empire still stands. With the blessings of the Holy Light, the Lightborns are ready to face the forces of darkness. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you wish to see more of this content. My name is Kizo, the Lord of Lords.